Good morning and sliding into afternoon. Judy Allen here in San Antonio with Adventurous Stamping. And yes, we have not gotten our tree yet, and we're going to go get our tree after life today. So I am excited. And I'm also excited because tomorrow night is holiday bingo. It's a gift that I do every year, the first Thursday of the month for my customers and my team. So I'm excited, right? Because we're going to play bingo and I get to give away gifts, some prizes. So that's always exciting because we always have more than one gift per game, right? So that's exciting. I enjoy doing it. So the other thing I get excited about too is today we're going to do the Lights of Aurora, or the Aurora Borealis is what I always think of, right? I always want to see it. It's on my bucket list to see it with my own two eyes. Even though there's beautiful pictures and everything out there, I want to be able to see it with my own two eyes. So the closest thing I got today to that is beautiful paper that looks like it, right? And we're going to make some quick and easy cards with it. I already showed you some of the ones I already have. So we're going to make some similar, just a little different, all right? But they're still quick and easy. So with that, let's go to the hands and do that. And meanwhile, I'll share some other things going on with you as well. Let me get to my hands. Okay, so these are the ones that have already been created. I'm going to set them aside because what I'm going to do is we are actually using everything from this suite. Okay, and I'm going to show you everything from this suite. So here are the dies. And I'm going to show you how those work. We're also going to use A Child is Born because this goes great with the whole birth with baby Jesus. And then here is the stamp set. And look how beautiful these are. So right now, everything but the designer series paper is on last chance. So if you like this, now's the time to go get it before it sells out, right? Because last chance just went live yesterday. I want to show you the papers. These are the ones I've already cut. I just want to show you how pretty it is. So it's not just pretty on this side, right? So you may be going, I don't know about that. Well, you know, it does. It looks like the sky. You know, more and more of us have been able to see it. I have not been able to see it, but more and more people have been of this year been able to see it. But look at the colors on the back side too. So it's not just the front, but the back colors too. So this is not on last chance, right? So it means it's going to carry over. But look at the pretty colors here, right? Goes with so many things. I'm looking, this looks like Secret Sea to me all day long. We'll see in a moment. As you see that I put this together with some other papers. So yes, if you're out there today, say hello and make a comment. So this suite is featured in my class and club this month, which is going to be done on the 28th. So if you're interested and you haven't signed up yet or anything, let me know. And we can make sure we get you signed up. But it's just beautiful. And I love this here too because it's sheer. And I've used it for other things besides this. Right? Just because something's in a suite doesn't limit us to the one we're on. But it's just, see how sheer that is? But it's just a very, very light blue and it goes so well. It goes really well with the blue right here. Okay? And I've already got my stamp sets over here. So let's go with the first one here. I've got everything in my envelopes. So yes, if you've not checked it out yesterday, I've not gone to my store. Today, starting yesterday, was you can get product of the month, and it changes every month. I'll make sure I turn off those lights. And basically, when you spend $75, you can get a product of the month. There's only one every month for $5. It's something new. They're not doing celebration. Stampin' Up's not doing celebration anymore. So that usually came in the wintertime when we made our cards, right? When we had the new catalog. So they're not doing that. I actually tagged each of these, so I made sure to get the words I originally wanted on each one of them. Because these are all going to be Christmas cards. So they don't have to be Christmas cards, though, right? They can be inspiration. They can be a birthday card. It can be anything you want it to be, right? We're only limited by our imagination. So as you look at this, and I'll show you the first one that I did that goes with this. Inspired to this one is this one here. So this one, right, I made with Highland Heather, or no, I was trying to think of the other one. Anyway, I definitely a purple, right, for my purple people that love purple. This one I'm going to make in white, okay? So, and I didn't even do it the design that way either. So this is actually Balmy Blue. right? And it's a color on the back of the paper that shows you ones that easily coordinates with it. And I'm going to put this down. We're just going to put this on. Now, so this is just simple, right? This is just a simple, using the paper. We're working the paper on this one. And then I'll show you how the dies work with this as well. So I'm actually using Balmy Blue here. I thought Pool Party, but I really like the Balmy Blue better. So all we can do is put this down. It's just very simple. I sit there and we stamp on this next one. We're going to stamp directly on the cardstock. That's going to be put on front with dimensionals, right? Because it's just quick and easy. And like so like right here, my looks like my paper trimmer needs a new blade, which those are actually unavailable right now because of Black Friday. A lot of things went, right? This is one of them. All right, so actually I did 2 of these. So when you use the die with this set, it just cuts the top part. Let me show you what I'm talking about again. So when you use these dies, right, the bottom edge doesn't cut on the trees or this right. This does, right, and this does too. And so does this right in here. All this will cut on the edge, but you have to sit there and leave a gap of however much you want. So for in this particular case, I wanted about 1.5 inches, so I had to put my die right here above it. Okay? And then all I did is I actually had a longer piece of paper, and I just sat there and cut it on over there, and I just cut it so we could use it, right? So, but when you do the trees, and you see the trees, it doesn't cut the bottom part, right? It just cuts the top part of the trees, and you have to space out how much cardstock or paper, whatever you're using, that you're going to sit there and want to use it with, all right? So on this one, I had choices. I went ahead and did 2 choices that we could either do it this way, just like I did the card before, or we could sit up here and do this one here, or like this here. Which I think I'm going to stick with the first one, because this almost reminds me of a snowbank, right? Or it could even be a frozen lake or whatever. It's just scenic, right? Okay, so we're going to sit there and I'm going to stamp on this. So this one I'm going to stamp Wonder. And the reason is we're going to actually put a scene on here. I'm going to put Embrace the Wonder. Embrace the wonder of it all comes to my mind as I was doing this. And I had my stamps out and thinking Christmas and the nativity scene. And to me, that's important, right? I won't leave out the manger and nativity scene unless the holiday season. And I don't. I usually put up a nativity. But we don't even have a tree up yet. So that's what we are doing after the live today. So on all these, I'm going to put Embrace. So this one's going to be Embrace the Wonder. All right, and I do have my cleaner today with water in it so I can actually clean something. And then we're just going to put this on embellishments. Not embellishments, dimensionals. We are going to put on embellishments too, but we're going to put dimensionals on first. And we're going to get this lifted up. And then I also have, like I said, this one right here. We're going to add this right up here. I'm going to put this right here. And we're going to put this right here. And we could add ribbon if we wanted to. I did not. I didn't want to take away from this. Let me get the right size dimensional here that I had. Yeah, so we were doing last night. So last night we actually had our team gathering. All right, I'm going to use the smaller ones. And, you know, we sat up there and learned how to make a tent card. If you've never made a tent card, they're fun. I can show it to you right here. If you've not seen one before, as I knocked everything over. Yeah. So get a tent card. You'll see how many times I can knock something over. So yes, so actually dimensionals, in fact, I'm not going to use this. I'm going to give some of those out tomorrow night for bingo, because in case people don't have any, some of that stuff is now out from Black Friday, right? Because it was for the whole week. And dimensionals were on there. So I know the mini dimensionals completely sold out. I think the regular dimensionals finally sold out too. And then we had, it's a good thing, right? Sometimes people will get upset, but, and it's not going to be in for a few weeks, right? So it's a good thing to have. You know, we have a sale so great that you sell out. I think that's great. So I hope you got to take advantage of that. I did. All right, so I'm going to put this here, right here. Embrace the wonder, right? So we got the magic of Christmas, right? The whole holiday season, and we want to be sure to embrace the wonder here. And I'm going to put this up on dimensionals too, and we're going to put some bling on here. I have to grab another one because I used that one all up, which is okay. I have plenty of them. In fact, I have plenty of the small ones. All right, handy anyway. I have other ones too, but handy right here at my disposal, and there are mini ones. They work just as well, right? Now this one right here came out of A Child Is Born, right? So this is a different, I added another stamp set beyond what was in the stamp set here because it's appropriate for this time of year, right? If you want to do some faith-based stuff here. This is interesting. So I got something new now that I guess Facebook is doing. I got this little picture, little mini picture showing me. All right, I'm just going to put this right here. Now, in addition to this, what I had gone ahead and done, because I wasn't for sure how I was going to do it, but I did go ahead and stamp this here. Let me get all that out of the way. Yeah, we did the Nutcracker tea crafts and tea class yesterday, so we had those all over the place. I was going to just put this right over here, and this will work just fine because I scaled this down to a 3x5, and that way I have it this here, and I've got Embrace the Wonder, and when you open it here, and then I'm going to also stamp a season appropriate right here as well too. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that down. I actually did one for all 3 cards. I'm not sure it's going to, I haven't decided if I want in all 3 cards if it's going to work or if I'm going to do something else. But this one is right. I want to focus on the wonder of the holiday season and on the birth, right, of our Savior. Oh, wrong side. This side here. I could just do it light, so that's why I started. Originally, I was going to do it on the right and do it really light, and it's like, I am not going to stamp all over those people, all right? So here we go here. So here's Embrace the Wonder, and that's all we've done. If you want to add a bow or anything under here, you can. We're definitely going to add this beautiful bling. So I like using beautiful bling all the time. It speaks to me. All right, so I'm going to use this beautiful blue. But see how, I want you to see how that looks, though. Let's see, maybe you can't see. I was trying to think how I could show you. This is very, look how, it doesn't matter. The light reflects off of it no matter which way you turn it. I don't think you can see it from there, but it's like, it is so pretty. So I'm just going to put some up here. I'm going to get my scissors out to help me because I really don't want to be stuck with these on me all day. Especially when I'm going to go get our Christmas tree, right? But these are just pretty. I hope you can see it. You know, you can sit there and do one. You can do 5 of these if you want. I'm just going to do 3 though. But hopefully you can see that, right? And it's just a beautiful, beautiful blue. Balmy blue in its finest moments. All right, so here's this card here, and we're going to move on. So here's this one here, and here's the one I did before. Same paper, right? Same design, we just changed the colors. That's how easy it is to make 2 different cards. All right, moving right along. Moving right along, because I got a Christmas tree to get. Okay, so this one here is a good example that I set up here and did for us so you could see how the die works. All right, so I sat there and had some leftover scraps, and so I just did this like here, right? So I had to decide how much I wanted there. We're going to cut that off, but I just wanted you to see. So here is the one I had first, all right? And so now we're going to do this one here. So we've changed out the color. I've got a white background. This is the back side of the pretty DSP. I'm going to use it just to show you how pretty it is, right? So it's pretty much Azure Afternoon. And Azure Afternoon most probably is A color I don't usually use this time of year so much. I usually use it more like in the springtime or summertime. Now this particular, as I told you that, yeah. This one's going to cover, I've got it covering the whole thing. I think I might have showed you the wrong sample. I did. That's okay. This is the sample right here. Ta-da! Okay. So we do this right here. And we're going to put this, now I shortened it. That one I didn't. I wanted to be able to see this beautiful paper in the background. And I'm going to have it just like this. We can easily slide it over here. But you need to take into account for your trees, right? So I want to be able to see the trees. Now this is actually, this is not black. This is Secret Sea. So I had the C down. It's like, what's the rest of it? And I want to show you the difference. This is actually black. This is actually Secret Sea. If you can see, this actually has blue in it, right? It's like darker than night and navy. But when you compare it to black, you can surely see the difference between the black and the blue. So my friend Deborah Bertner, when we were on stage last year and we saw Secret Sea come out, we're going like, what color is that? Well, now we don't have to worry anymore because we know what color it is. It's on that blue family there. I'm going to just put this down. Oh, that fell off. Okay. I heard it. I just didn't see where it went or anything. Hey, in this house, things happen, right? So I'm just going to trim this off. That's all I'm going to do. Okay? And that way we can use it if I have to, and I can do that little bit off right there too. Right? So it does very nicely around the trees. You just have to keep an account of the fact that you need to allow for whatever's going to be on the bottom because it's not going to be there. And I'm okay with this, right? So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to put some ribbon around this as a panel. So let's go ahead and get this down. And we're going to use Embrace the Love, right? This is the season, right? We do a lot of gift giving to people we love. Some people we might not even know, and they're strangers, and we gift to them. We do that, and I'm okay with that, right? It's making a difference in someone else's life. That's the important thing. And I'm just going to put this in the middle because I can. You know what? I was supposed to come up and I changed what I did on the original one. Just a second. I'm thinking original. All right, there we go. But I am going to put this like right across. And I'm okay that it goes over because it just goes so well, right? Sometimes we get locked into something has to be done exactly this way, and that's that. Well, no, it doesn't. We talked about this yesterday when we were having tea and crafts at the Latte Die. It doesn't have to at all, right? It's your card, your creation. Do what you want because you're going to give it to somebody that you've been inspired by. And I don't worry about those little bitty things. They'll come out, you know, as they come and they get shuffled around in the mail and everything else. So I have my trees right here, this here, and I'm just going to take some ribbon and we're going to wrap it around, and I did a square knot. So we're going to use this here as well, and I actually just doing this with Azure Afternoon, and I'm just going to grab this piece of paper here. Because not only are we going to stamp it, we're also going to splatter just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. Okay, so this one's going to have Embrace the Love. Yes, it is. Embrace the Love. So I already have Embrace. And we're going to do it right here on this little circle. Not upside down, but right there. Embrace the Love. I hope I got my right embrace in there. It doesn't matter, right? It all looks great. Okay, and I'm going to put love. Now, so if that's for some people, that's too much white, okay? And that's okay, because we have a solution. We are going to splatter some color on there, all right? So we could do it a couple of ways. We could either splatter color, or we could sit up there and use a sponge or something else. So I'm just going to splatter color, and I'm going to do it with a piece of paper I just grabbed. I could splatter it all over everything if I want to, but that wasn't my goal. Okay, if I did, it would just be the background. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this balmy blue, and I was going to start off with the light. And all we're going to do is take the wider side brush, and we're just going to do this right here. And if I don't get the desired color and all that I wanted, because this is the light, yes. Because it's, you can see if I do it like that, that's what it would look like. So a little bit's there, but not quite as much as I wanted. All right, so that's why I always start off with light first, right? Because sometimes if that ink comes out really darker or whatever than you think it's, see, this is this one here, darker. So sometimes it comes out more than you expect it to, and you're like, oh my gosh, right? Okay, so it's got the splattering there, and the reason why I know that, because it's not so white anymore. So that's what I was looking for. And if you want to know the difference, see, it's subtle. It's subtle, but it's there, and you can see it with your own two eyes. So you have to have your own two eyes to be able to see it. So I'm just going to put Embrace the Love here, and we're going to wrap this, and we're going to put a bow right around here at the end. So I'm going to sit there and put this up with the small dimensionals, and then we're going to put some bling on here. Right, so I think sometimes we think we have to have like a difficult card. I shouldn't say difficult. A multi-layered, a more time-consuming card. Maybe that it's not difficult, right? Everything has its trick to make it easy. So not every card has to be close to rocket science to make, right? And it might be the very, very beautiful, but you can create very beautiful, simple cards as well too, right? So. Well, yeah, if you can get the... Now I'm going to have to talk to Mom Margaret. Yesterday she was having issues getting hers off, and today I think I've taken a page from her book. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I'm just going to put Embrace the Love here. And then I'm just going to take and wrap my ribbon around here. So yes, I'm going to go to the inside of the card. And as somebody else, we were talking about this yesterday, I said, well, you got to keep in mind that lots of times when I do my bows and stuff, I just take and wrap, right? I don't usually take it always off the roll to measure and everything else. I just try to get up here and keep in mind for myself and my friend, Pat Hoover, that, you know, we have enough ribbon there that we can easily make our bow even if we're doing a live, because that's important. All right, so I'm just going to come here, right? I'm just going to tie it right here. It's going to be close to the bottom, right? It's okay. It is okay. And we're just going to take it right here because it's going to go in an envelope. It's going to go to someone special in your life, whether it's a friend, family, maybe you donate. Okay, can't do the bow that way because it's covering up the word too much. But maybe you're doing it for kids in the hospital, right? Maybe you're doing it for soldiers. We were talking about that yesterday. My friend Bridget, and she's also one of my team members, that, you know, we also do the stuff for the people in the military, right? Especially the ones that are not home for the holiday. We send them cards and all so they can actually send cards home, right? We know they weren't busy. We know they weren't busy making cards, right? And they don't have time for that, but we can sit there and send them to them and they'll have some to use. So there's just different ways we can help others, right? Okay. See if I can get my bow the way I want it. If not, I'm not going to mess all day with my bow right here. And trim it up later and fix it up later. Alright, I just want to get it on there. I'm going to get my bling on here and move to our third card. Right? Because even when I'm putting cards in envelopes to mail for the holidays, it would not be unusual for me to rearrange something just because I can. Alright, so I'm just going to put a couple of bling up here. Yeah, I broke my fingernail, so. Alright, that happens. So I'm just going to put one up here, and we're going to get another one right there. And, yep, there we go. Alright, and then I'm going to put another one down here. So I want people to embrace the love. Alright, just quick and simple, right? Hello, Nancy. That's alright. Replays are always good, Sharon, and we did sit there and record last night. Zoom sat there and downloaded it for me, and I just need to get it out. All right, so here's the card we just created. And I'm believing this is correct. I'm looking at my next card. All right, it doesn't matter. I'm going to show you all at the end because you can rearrange things as much as you want, right? Now, again, so I can sit there. If I want to put this on the inside, because I've got Embrace the Love, and this is what I'm doing for each one for Christmas, I'm going to put this right over here, all right? And then we'll stamp a sentiment down there. So I'm just going to put this on here. Make sure I had some of this. I got two of these, and one has some left, and one's not. Yeah, I got the measurements written down here, too. So this was 4 by 5 1/4 with DSP, and I flipped over to the other side, and you did a 3 by 5. I'm just going to put this right up here. Because for me, practically everything I make right now, until my Christmas cards are out the door, they need to be a Christmas card. And then I'll put a sentiment down there. All right? Okay, so let me put this aside with this one. Let's get to the last card, because we might have to add a little color to it, too. So here's the one. So this one, we're going to put Enjoy the Magic, right? So magical for the grandkids and everybody. So this is the one originally, right? And so this one I changed up the colors and did different DSP. So this one here, so I've actually got, again, I wanted to show you the trees and how this all works out. This is lovely paper. I mean, it just, you know, we're so blessed that the Northern Lights actually came down further, even though I didn't get to see them with my 2 eyes and all. But, you know, so many people did, and they're just so beautiful, what I always see on TV and everything and all. And pictures people take. So, enjoy it, right? Enjoy it. So this one I used, this is Blackberry Bliss, and this is Pretty in Pink. So we can get this on here, and this is really going to help that Secret C. So all of my trees on these, I actually just did them with a Secret C because I just wanted to show you, because it wasn't very nice, the Secret C, when it came out, because I was trying to figure out what in the world. But between the ocean and all these other things, I have embraced the prettiness and beauty of Secret C. And I actually flipped this. I actually got the more of the pinkish tones on top, because it's right when you see those pictures and you see all those beautiful pictures. I'm not going to worry about the bottom because you know what, this can be covered. Right, when you see all those pretty pictures, that's exactly what you see. So I'm just going to put this like right here, okay? So you have choices, right? I left enough room for both. I could do either or. But I'm going to go ahead and stick with this one here. So this is, I said, I'm looking, yes, this is the 3-inch. So I'm going to cut this down to 3 inches. But see, then I still have some more left over to use, right? So let's go down to our 3 inches. I'm just going to do it this way, if you can see it, because I want this side. So instead of flipping it over, I'm just going to do it down here. And I'm just going to take my blade and come straight down like that. All right? Don't even blink. Don't even worry about it. But you can use the trees that just cut off, right, for another card like the one I'm making right now, right? Okay, so I'm going to come like right here. It's just going to go right here. So it's a little different than the one I did, well, the original one you saw, but that's okay, right? Let me go ahead and put this up on dimensionals. That one I did not, but let's put this one up on dimensionals, because I like the fact that you got the trees, right? And if you wanted to, you could actually come in here and trim around with your scissors and sit up there and give some other type of depth to it if you wanted to. If you wanted to, right? For me, it would be while people are watching a football game, I'm being socially acceptable with everyone as I'm doing my own thing right there with them in the background or on the sidelines, right? I mean, when people get excited, I do go check it out to see what they're excited about, because I'm right there. But I am still like doing the things I want to do. So here we go. So this is just going to go like this right here. And then we're going to stamp on here I'm looking, embrace the magic. Embrace the magic. So actually, right, because I've got all the dark colors here, I was just going to use Balmy Blue. I'm thinking, that wouldn't work, right? And I could use Blackberry Bliss. Let's do Blackberry Bliss, and I'll take the Balmy Blue, and I can sit there and add some color to the background there. How about that? Because the Blackberry Bliss and the Pretty and Pink are really beautiful colors together. So again, we're going to do this one here. I'm just double checking, make sure I didn't mess up on anybody. All right, get my magic in there. You know, I didn't check to see if it was going to fit in this circle. It's not going to fit in this circle, and I didn't take that into account. And that is okay, because I have some white paper here. I was going to do a circle, because I wanted a circle. All right, well, that didn't happen, so that's okay. We're going to do the magic anyway. And then we're going to do Embrace the Magic. And I'm just going to put it right there. All right, so since I really had my mindset on a circle, and that's not happening, my opportunity is here. Okay. So we can still put it just right down here at the bottom, and we can offset it. So I'm going to have to cut this off here. I'm definitely not going to just use my scissors and do that. I could, but I'm not. All right, then let's see what I'm going to do with it. Well, I definitely know that's going to have some ribbon behind it, right? And I could easily just put it just like that if I wanted to, right? That's not what I really wanted to do. So. Well, I might just have to go with the flow with it because I really don't have any other options at the moment. I can trim it down some more though, right? My concern is that, well, it doesn't matter. I have extra white paper. Too busy focused on getting my Christmas tree. We're actually late, because we usually do it at Thanksgiving, like the night before Thanksgiving if somebody's got trees already. Or if somebody's open the day of Thanksgiving, that morning we'll go do it. And we just didn't do it this year, and that's because we didn't have grandkids here, right? To keep us on our A game to go get that grandkids tree. We usually put a grandkids tree up and a tree. Okay, so they can put my 40 plus years of ornaments that I have. Okay, so this would work just like this here. It's a little bit bigger than what I've got here, but it would work. All right, but we're at least going to get some ribbon behind it, all right? Because, my gosh, I was going to put ribbon behind it. It's a little hard to do it the way that I've done it here, but that's okay. We can still make it happen. And I am just going to make it loop up here. All right, so what I mean is actually, who was it yesterday? Oh, Jennifer was when she was doing her, yeah, see, that won't work. She was doing something like that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and make it wavy just like the lights look, okay? So bear with me a minute. And the other thing that I was showing folks yesterday is, you know what, I don't have to dink around, right, with struggling with the ribbon. All I need to do is take it and tape it down, right? Because nobody's going to see this. It's hidden. So if you ever do sewing and quilting, anything, right? Let's just get the right height. Is that you hide your work, right? So nobody sees it. Literally, right? That's why you do binding and everything else. You know how everything has a nice finished touch, right? So it's hidden. Well, you don't know what it all is hidden back there. I mean, I use wash away stuff. I mean, I use everything I can to make life easy for me. So do the same thing here, right? Make it easy for yourself. Put that tear and tape back there. Hold it, your ribbon down. Call it a day. Now this is actually, you may be looking at this. This is actually from one of the kits. So sometimes we have kits that have a more slender tear and tape. So I try to use this stuff from my kits. I like that. This almost reminds me of the waves too in the ocean. I'm overdue for the ocean. All right, so we're just going to keep on doing this. Because this is going to be up on dimensionals anyway, right? And I don't know, the only person I know that would take apart this card and know that this was done like this behind there is somebody that wants to make the same card that I made, right? Anyone know how I did it? Then they would sit there and take it apart. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it wispy like that, like the background. That's what happens with your opportunities for creativity, right? It wasn't something you planned on doing, but because I changed it up, I wasn't thinking that the word magic was going to be too long for the circle. And I'm just going to put it right here. And I can do it to the side. I want it right here. I like it better right here. Okay, so I'm going to put this up with dimensionals. And then we'll put bling on it. And then I have my nativity scene to put on the inside. You know, many times I just go ahead and put your dimensionals right down on your ribbon stuff, okay? Because that'll help hold it down too. You can put as many dimensionals as you want them back. Nobody knows. Nobody's really going to care either, right? Again, like I said, they're not going to go and take apart your card you made for them. Unless they're going to duplicate your card, right? So then be excited to know that they liked your card so much they want to duplicate it. Instead of getting upset because they dissected it. Because I would, right? If somebody gave me a card I'd never seen done before and I wanted to turn around and make that card, that's what I would do. I would gently take it apart so I could gently put it back together. Alright, so that's my secret how I would do that. Alright, so we're going to get these little dimensionals off. I put this on. And so we're done, right? So these are just 3 easy cards. So especially when you go ahead and also die cut the trees, right? Just go ahead and do the full length of the die, because that way you can cut it like I did a while ago. I cut 3 inches off to make this one happen. But the thing is, because I had like 6 inches total, I could sit there and use the other 3 inches to either make the exact same card, or I could sit up there and make a totally different card. Totally up to you. I'm going to put one on this one corner because I see that I didn't do that. I really need to get one on the corner. Oh yeah, that ribbon. I'm making sure that ribbon's going to be there. Alright. So I'm just going to... It just happened that it did it just like that. So we're going to embrace the magic of this all. And we're going to sit here and put this on. I'm going to actually use these lighter pink ones. I know the ribbon's blue, but it's so sheer and it goes really well. Oh, we can do the... Let's do the purple. We can do the purple. It goes so well, right? I'm trying to think what I did over here. It just goes so beautifully together. You know, and I'm going to put more than this because you know what? This one here, because it's got Embrace the Magic. I'm going to go ahead and do 5 on here this time because I can. I have all this beautiful bling. Alright, just bling it. Bling it, bling it. Alright, so I come up here. Yes, I got my measurements right there. So if I had to need a cheat sheet there, I could get there. And I'm going to put this up here. Because, you know what? We're going to enjoy the magic and the wonder of the season here. Okay. And you know what? Once I have done Vacation Bible School for 5-year-olds. So, right, so sometimes explaining to 5-year-olds things, it's sort of interesting. They all understand the magic of Christmas and the magic of Santa Claus, which allowed me to segue into the magic of the birth of baby Jesus, right? Okay, and so then I'll put another white piece here, and I'll put my sentiment here. All right, so let's see how they all stack up so you can see. Let me clear some of this out of the way that I get to clean up in a little while, since I don't have a little elf coming at midnight or anything. So if you want to be my midnight elf, let me know. I'll let you be my midnight elf. All right, so here's what I had originally. Here's how we changed it. And we'll scoop all that out of the way because those things get everywhere. All right, and then here's the another one we did here. And then here's one we did before as well. And I'm looking for the next one. I see it right there. All right. And so here, this one here, I actually sized it down, right? I changed the color scheme. All right, I changed the wording for sure. Then I changed this one here so you can see it all, right? See what you can see on the camera. All right, so this is the original. Here's where we just altered it, right? So This one used the light, this one used the magic, so I had to do something different with the ribbon, and that's okay. This one here, we got You're a Light. I put Embrace the Wonder. And we put our nativity on the inside. And then last but not least is this one here, where originally I had set up here and used a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 and added the trees there. And this one here, I just sized it down so you could see the paper. So the knot there, I tied a bow, and I can trim that too. And there you go. So we have 6 cards. They're very easy to do. You know, it's one of those things when you die cut, just die cut everything while you're at it, right? So I'll just put this new ones out here so you can see the original and these right here. And there we go. We have 6 pretty cards, all right? So I hope you enjoyed it, right? Because it's all about, for all of us, it's all about creating, sharing, and giving, right? So how can we make the glamorous and way out there cards, and also how can we make simple, beautiful cards? So simple can be very beautiful. With that, go out there, create, share, and give. This is the perfect time of the year for that. And I want to thank you for following us on social media here on Facebook as well as Instagram and YouTube. We appreciate that. And if you're joining us for Holiday Bingo tomorrow night, the email is already ready to send out here with the Zoom link for tomorrow night. I'm so excited to see you and have fun. All right, be blessed, have an amazing week, and see you soon. Bye.